What the fuck is wrong with me? I don't know. Hey, so it's day one of Booktubeathon. I'm sitting outside, obviously, because it's really nice out. It's like 65 degrees out right now, which is the coolest it's been in a long time. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna get much warmer as a high today. Like right now it's 6:30 in the morning, but yeah, so I thought I'd sit outside for a minute and try to enjoy it. I don't know if I'll be out here for very long though, because my cat is always upset that she's not outside. But I'm reading my first Booktubeathon read, which is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This won my coin toss for which book I would read first, and I'm hoping I don't regret that because it's also my longest book on my TBR. I actually started it last night because I was up past midnight, so I read about, I think, only like 20 pages last night, and it's alright so far. I'm not, you know, nothing's blowing me away yet, but we'll see. Alright, so it is day one of Booktubeathon. It is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I got home from work about 2 and did some other stuff and then started reading. So when we did the coin toss in our TBR video, oh, sorry, this was my first read. The coin picked The Lore of the Great Turtle. This was a book I picked up on Mackinac Island. It is some Native American legend of Mackinac. This was interesting, and the artwork in it is really cool. The only thing I don't really dig is that it's by a white dude, so I don't love that. At least I'm assuming that he is white. His name is Dirk Gringus, so I don't know that it gets any whiter than that. But yeah, it was interesting, and it's kind of cool just because I'm from Michigan, so it's kind of neat to read that kind of stuff. So my next adventure in Booktubeathon is going to be The Wicked and the Divine, and I think that I'm going to complete the challenge to wear the same hat the whole time I read this. So I'm going to put on my lovely summer hat and read The Wicked and the Divine. That's my plan. Alright, so I am wearing my summer hat, which I have made great use of so far this year. Well, I am reading The Wicked and the Divine, which is pretty awesome so far, and the artwork is beautiful. So that is book number 2 for me for Booktubeathon. Hey, so it's 9:20, still the first day of Booktubeathon, and my goal for today was to get at least halfway through The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and as of right now I am over halfway through it, so I'm really happy about that, and I probably will read a little more tonight before I go to bed. But right now I'm on page 212 out of like 390, so I'm just a little bit over halfway through, and I'm really liking it. I'm making good progress on Booktubeathon, even though, like, I was nervous starting with my longest book first, because it does feel a little bit like, you know, I haven't accomplished much yet because I haven't finished anything. But once I get this one done, I have all shorter books to do, so I'm on track, I think. Alright, so it is about 9:30 on day one of Booktubeathon, and I just finished From Here to Eternity from Caitlin Doty, so that's book 3, and I was reading this for the challenge of read a book about something you'd like to do, and I wouldn't really want to work in the death industry, but I do want to be a little bit more comfortable with dead folks and the idea of death, so that's why I read that book, and it was really good. I really liked it, and I think Caitlin Doty is pretty fucking awesome. So, my husband's making fun of me right now. So that's 3 down, 4 more to go. I'm
I don't think I've ever completed every challenge for a readathon, and I'm really trying to this time. So hopefully I set myself up for success, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm gonna go to bed.
Hey, so it's Tuesday, and I'm on my lunch break right now, so I thought I would check in and let you guys know that I finished The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo a few hours ago, and it was really, really good. I really liked it. I gave it 4.5 stars. My only real issue with it was that I felt like the dialogue was not always great. Just kind of like stiff and didn't feel natural at times, but it wasn't so bad that it really was that bothersome. After I eat lunch, I think my next read is going to be The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, which is very short, so hopefully I'll be able to finish it today. But this is going to be for the challenge of reading a book about something I want to do, because I want to time travel, y'all. And Seven Husbands was for the challenge of reading a book with green on the cover. So yeah, I've only completed one book so far on day 2, but it was the longest book on my TBR, so I'm pretty proud of myself because I was just hoping to get this one done within the first 2 days. And I did it early on the second day, so I've got time today to read another one. Yay!
Okay, so it is day 2 of Booktubeathon, so it's Tuesday. It's like 3 something, I think, in the afternoon. I came home sick from work today at like 9 o'clock, so I have been spending the day reading and drinking some green tea because I feel like complete garbage. So, but I did finish book number 4 for Booktubeathon, which was Asylum by Madeline Rowe, which was a YA book, which is part of the reason why I chose it, because I figured, I figured it would be a quick read, and it was, and it was alright. I mean, y'all know why it's not my favorite, but it was alright. I like creepy asylum stuff, so it's pretty decent. Yeah, so now I'm trying to decide what book I want to read next, because I still have Brave New World, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and Warm Bodies to read. So I am going to pick one of those and start that and see how far I can get today. It is about 9 o'clock on Tuesday, so it's day 2 of Booktubeathon. Hold on, Murphy's about to get real mad about something. All the time. All the time. As I was saying before, I was interrupted by my crazy dog. It is about 9 o'clock on day 2 of Booktubeathon, and I've tried to knock out all my shorter, easier books first, just so I feel like I, made some headway, so if shit occurs later in the week, it won't throw me too far off. So I read 5 out of 7 books so far. I finished Warm Bodies earlier, just a little bit ago, and I really liked it. So I have to watch that movie before the end of the week now, because that was the challenge, is to watch a book to movie adaptation. So, and then watch the movie. So I have to make sure I remember to do that by the end of the week. But the 2 books I have left to read are Brave New World by Aldous Huxley and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So I'm not sure which of those I'm going to read next. Maybe Brave New World and then end with The Seven Husbands. I'm not sure, but I'll figure it out. But so far, I feel like I may actually do this readathon, so super stoked.
So it's Wednesday morning, like 6:45 in the morning. My dog is wondering why I'm talking to myself. Say hi, Quiggles. Just my hand. Say hi. But yeah, I've still only finished one book, and it's the beginning of day 3 of Booktubeathon. I started The Time Machine last night, but I fell asleep while I was reading. I was really tired last night for some reason, I'm always tired on Tuesdays. But I did manage to get about halfway through this, which is only like 60 pages, but yeah, I'm gonna try to finish that this morning before work, and then hopefully get back on track. Maybe I'll read The Poet and the Flea next, just to like give myself a confidence boost, because that one's a comic book, so it should take very little time to read. Alright, so I'm on my lunch break now, and I finished The Time Machine this morning, and I really enjoyed it. It was not what I was expecting. It was definitely a vision of the future that I had never really read anything like that before. But it was fascinating, so I gave that 4 stars. And then I just read The Poet and the Flea by G.E. Gallis, and this is the one that's like a reimagining of the life of William Blake, and I enjoyed this too. I do think it's something that maybe I should familiarize myself a little more with William Blake and then read it again, because I read a little bit of his poetry before, like last week, because I knew I wanted to read this, and I'm just not sure if I really read enough of it, but yeah, I really liked it, and I liked the illustrations a lot. Let me see if I can find like a good page to show. They're kind of like a little creepy, like Tim Burton-esque style, so I like that, and I liked how like the writing in it is also kind of like creepy and it looks like really homemade. I don't mean that in a bad way, but you know, it's like she clearly drew everything, the writing, you know, the font is her own handwriting too, and you can even see in places where she's like erased, you can see kind of like the pencil lines in the background from things she's like erased and redone, which I kind of enjoy that. Like, it gives it kind of a personal touch, I think, but I gave that 4 stars as well. Next, I think I might pick up my book to movie adaptation, and I actually changed my mind. I was gonna read The Girl with the Pearl Earring, but I just think that that's probably gonna be kind of a slow read. I mean, it's not a very long book, but I've seen the movie a few times, and I do love the movie, but it's a slow movie. It's kind of one of those that doesn't really have much dialogue in it or anything, so I just feel like the book is gonna be like one to read slowly, and I don't want to like rush my way through it. So I think I'm gonna do Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion instead, because I think this will be kind of a fast-paced, fun one. So I'll probably pick that one up next. Alright, so it is about 2:30 on Wednesday, so it's day 3 of Booktubeathon, and I'm planning to start Brave New World today. I'm sitting out on my back porch with a delicious Diet Vernors that my mom bought for us when we were in Michigan, because it's expensive down here, and it's really cheap up there. So I am enjoying my backyard, because it's actually not like fucking death-ass hot today, so that's nice. But yeah, so I'm planning on reading this fellow, and at least getting to start on that today. I have 2 more books to read, so I have Brave New World and 7 Husbands of Eleanor Hugo, which I think will be pretty awesome. And then I also need to watch Warm Bodies. And I told my husband that I really enjoyed that book, and he was like, wait a second, isn't that a movie? And I said, yeah, they made a movie from the book. And he was like, that movie looked really stupid. So he is not going to watch it with me, which is pretty sad. But it's fine. So I am going to try to remember to watch that film at some point, maybe during the weekend. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So that is my plan. We'll see how far I get in Brave New World tonight. Hi, so update time. I barely started Warm Bodies earlier when I was on my lunch break, but right now I think that instead of picking that back up, I'm going to go ahead and do my read a book wearing a hat challenge, because I put makeup on today and I feel like it's kind of creepy looking makeup, so perfect for what I was going for. But I'm gonna read Fortune Box by Madeline Swan, and I just happened to have this hat that I thought looked pretty similar to the hat she's wearing on the cover. And also my hairstyle is kind of similar, not the same color at all, obviously, but I got the bangs going on. So, yeah. Do we look alike? Yeah, so I'm gonna sit here and read this right now, wearing my hat. And I'm also hoping, because it's quite short, that I can read it in one sitting. I should be able to, as long as I don't get distracted, but yeah, and if I do that, it'll count for a Read Harder challenge. And I don't know if I mentioned, but 2 of the books I've read so far have actually counted for Read Harder challenges as well. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo counts as a book with a female protagonist over the age of 60, and The Poet and the Flea counted as a comic book written and illustrated by the same person. Update. I decided to read outside, and I live right by an elementary school playground, and there's some kids out here who are annoying the shit out of me. Otherwise, it's nice outside. It's like probably 80 degrees, which is probably hot to some people, but I'm cold all the time, and I think it feels nice. But, yeah. I just wanted to vent about how fucking annoying these kids are. They're like crying and fighting over 2 swings, even though there's 2 entire sets of swings. So, that's fun. Hi, buddy. So I got driven back inside partially by the mosquitoes, but also the fucking people. I live right by a playground, right? And it's not school time right now, but people go there and just hang out like it's a park. And some lady was out there with her 3 little kids, and they were already getting on my fucking nerves because her kids were fighting over the swings and la la la. Well, my dog's out in the backyard with me. And my dog's not, I mean, he's kind of weird. Like, he's friendly sometimes, and then sometimes he's very not friendly. And when people come up to him from the other side of the fence, he's not friendly to them. He wants them to go away. And this lady, grown-ass woman, comes up to the fence and is like, luckily she didn't try to pet him, because he probably would have tried to bite her. But she's talking to, oh, your dog's so cute. Oh, he's so ferocious. He's barking at her. I'm like, yeah, leave him the fuck alone. Like, I'm clearly sitting here trying to read. My dog doesn't want you to be here. Go away. And so that was annoying. And then her little kids come back in that area, and they see him, and they're like, oh, cute dog. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I got up and went and got him, because I didn't want one of them reaching over trying to pet him and getting bitten. But yeah, so I went over and got him and was like, no, he's not very friendly, sorry. And then I was just like, fuck it, I'm going inside, because I was like, I really hate living this close to people. Like, I grew up out in the country where my nearest neighbor was like a 1/4 mile away, and like, I hate living so close to other people. Like, I can't even go out in my backyard and enjoy it, because there's either people on the playground, or my neighbor's dog is barking, or I just don't feel comfortable out there because I feel like everyone can see me, and I'm just like, I hate it. But anyway, I'm still reading Fortune Box, and I'm still gonna count it as a 1 sitting read, because I haven't, I mean, other than to sit here and bitch right now, I feel like I haven't really, like, put it down for a great length of time. So I'm gonna count it, but I'm like slightly over halfway through it right now, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really fucking weird. It's bizarro fiction. But yeah, it's really good. So there's my ranty check-in for right now.
Okay, so I did not get much read in Brave New World today, but I did watch Warm Bodies because that was one of the challenges, was to read a book to movie adaptation, watch the movie. I was gonna wait. Ooh. Okay. I was gonna wait until I thought I accidentally hit stop because I was trying to scratch my hand and hold my phone. I was gonna watch the movie this weekend, and I decided to just watch it tonight because I was having a hard time focusing on reading. I did not love the movie. I thoroughly enjoyed the book. I thought it was really good, and I mean, it gave me warm fuzzies, and I think there was like a larger message to it, even though it was like a silly zombie romance, whatever. But I feel like the movie really like oversimplify. I mean, it had to simplify some things because it's a movie, but I feel like it really oversimplified things and kind of cheapened it. And why were they teenagers? I mean, I think they were like older teenagers in the book, like maybe 18 or 19, but it just seemed like they were exceptionally young in the movie, and I was not a fan of the ending whatsoever because that's not how the book ended. But I've always heard that like you should always watch a movie first if it's a book and then read the book, because then you'll like them both. But if you read the book first and then watch the movie, you'll hate the movie. And I think that that, for me at least, is like 100% true, because I almost 100% of the time like the book better. But yeah, so really, really, really liked the book. Really, really not a fan of the movie. But yeah, so I'm going to try to read a little bit more of Brave New World before I go to bed, and which will probably be pretty soon because it's like 20 after 8 and I have to get up at like 3:15, so and I'm tired. But I am feeling much better today than I was feeling yesterday, which is good because yesterday I felt like a giant pile of steaming garbage. And today I feel like a small wastebasket of smoldering trash. So it's an improvement. Still hanging out with my diet burners because that's what Michiganders drink when they don't feel good. Or at least, you know, maybe regular burners, but always burners. Always.
I finished Fortune Box. That was supposed to be my Mary Tyler Moore moment, but it didn't really work out. Yeah, I finished this, and I'm sorry for the weird angle. My phone died, so it's plugged in, and the cord's not that long. Maybe I'll bend over so I don't, that's just like a really bad angle for anybody. Yeah, I really enjoyed this, though. I mean, yeah, like I said before, it was like weird as fuck, but I thought it was really good. I'm gonna try to finish Warm Bodies next, not tonight. I'm sure I probably won't read the whole thing tonight, but I'm gonna try to read that next and then watch the movie at some point. Hey, it's lunch break check-in time. It's Thursday. Quiggles, why are you being weird? He's fine. It's Thursday, day 4 of Booktubeathon, and I'm probably about a third of the way, maybe a little more, through Warm Bodies, and I'm really enjoying it. It's not what I was expecting. I thought, based on like what I'd seen of like seeing ads for the movie and stuff, I thought it was gonna be like a really kind of cutesy, heartwarming story. And I mean, I think it is probably gonna be a heartwarming story, but it's a lot deeper and kind of darker than I was expecting, but I'm enjoying it. But I'm a little nervous that I'm not going to end up having time to finish my other 2 books and also watch this movie, because tonight I'm going to my sister's house for a little bit to give my mom a reprieve My sister broke her foot last weekend, which was really terrible. It was like she was in a lot of pain and it was awful. But she has 4 kids and so she's needing, I mean, she can't walk for like 6 weeks, I think, before she can like walk on her foot again. That's if it heals well. She had to have surgery on it. It was bad. My mom has been there watching the kids all week. She took a week off of work. I don't know what's gonna happen after that. I don't know how much vacation mom took. Anyway, long story short, I'm going to my sister's house tonight to just kind of, you know, hang out for a while and help with the kids for a bit and bring my mom some Diet Mountain Dew because she desperately needs some. And also let my mom pick out her book of the month. And then tomorrow after work, Megan and I are going to film some videos. We have an exciting announcement video to film, and it's going to be a little involved, so it's probably going to take some time because we're going to dress up. So, you know, we like dressing up for everything we can. And then we're probably going to go ahead and film our July wrap up. And then Saturday, I'm going to go back to school shopping, which is kind of exciting because I haven't gone school supply shopping since I was in college, which was like 8 years ago. But I'm gonna, me and one of my other sisters, Tina, is gonna go school shopping for Jennifer's kids since she can't do it right now. And I'm like kind of excited because I like school supply shopping, but also like kind of dreading it because it's tax-free weekend, so it's gonna be fucking nuts at all the stores, so that's gonna suck. But yeah, so I'm doing that Saturday, and I don't know what else Saturday. Sunday I might have some, like, I don't have any plans Sunday yet. So maybe Sunday I can catch up and do a lot of reading, hopefully. We'll see. But that was my long-winded check-in. Sorry, I always end up talking so much. I feel like when me and Megan vlog, it's a lot of me because I talk so much. But there you go. Hey, so it's Friday morning, about 6:45, and I stayed up probably too late and finished Warm Bodies, which I really enjoyed reading it. So I ended up giving it 4 stars, but there was like part of me that was kind of like the kind of like skeptical part of me, or cynical maybe is the correct word, was like, this is really fucking cheesy. Because it is kind of like, you know, love is all you need and be the change you want to see in the world is kind of the theme of it, it seemed. But regardless, I really enjoyed reading it, and I still need to watch the movie at some point to complete that challenge. So this morning, I haven't started it yet, but the next book I'm going to pick up is The Lathe of Heaven by Ursula K. Le Guin, and this is for my Beautiful Spine challenge. And then the only other book I have left is The Deep Sea Diver Syndrome, which I'm saving for last only because it doesn't fulfill any other challenge. It's just, and you know, it's just to get me up to 7 books. But I'm a little nervous about this one because I've had not a great time with Ursula K. Le Guin in the past, so I'm a little scared that this one might bog me down, but it sounds like it's gonna be fast-paced, so hopefully it is. But that's what I'm gonna start reading right now. Hey, I thought I'd check in real quick since I haven't checked in since yesterday morning, I think. But that's because I haven't read since yesterday morning. Today's Saturday. It's about 3:30, and I'm heading to my sister's house. And me and one of my other sisters are gonna go take her kids back to school shopping, so I don't know if I'll have a chance to read today, so things are not looking good for me for completing all the challenges for Booktubeathon. I need to read my last 2 books, and then also watch the movie Warm Bodies if I want to do all the challenges, so I don't know if that's gonna happen. I might have time tomorrow to just like binge read and then watch the movie, but we'll see.
Okay, so it is Saturday evening, and I realized that I think I missed a day or 2 of vlogging, but I had a couple, like I think I had like a day and a half where I just really didn't read anything, because I was wrapped up in binge watching ER, because that's what I do. But today I read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I fucking loved it, and I actually gave it 5 stars, which is a rarity for me. Yeah, this was my book choice for a book with green on the cover, and I fucking loved it. I thought, like, Evelyn Hugo was a really complex and well-developed character, and I loved that she, you know, wasn't always necessarily, you know, likable, and that she made some tough choices, and I loved, like, everything about it. I loved it. So then I was going to read, for my 7th book, I was going to read Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, and I had started it, and then I realized that it's not exactly the type of book that is good for a readathon, because I want to take my time with it. So I think I'm like 30 or 40 pages into it, maybe more than that. I don't remember, but I'm going to take a break from that one and probably not read it for my 7th book for the readathon. But instead I think I'm going to read the second, like volume 2 of The Wicked and the Divine, because I really love it, and the artwork is really pretty, and I think the story is really cool. So I think that's going to be my 7th and final book for Booktubeathon, and I will actually have completed all the goddamn challenges and read all the goddamn books, which makes me super happy. So I'm going to read this tonight or tomorrow, and then call it good. Alright, so it is Sunday morning. It is the last day of Booktubeathon. I'm sitting here with my children and my husband, drinking coffee. I finished volume 2 of The Wicked and the Divine last night, so I have technically completed all of the challenges, and I read 7 books for Booktubeathon. So I did it. And now I'm just going to cuddle my fur babies, and I think we're going to make a trip to Joplin, which is like an hour away from here, because my husband wants to look for an action figure, and there's a Books A Million in Joplin that I would like to hit up. So that's the plan.
Hey, so I thought I'd update real quick. It's the last day of Booktubeathon, and it's already about 9 p.m. I finished The Lathe of Heaven, and I actually really liked it, which is exciting because, as I mentioned, I have not liked Ursula K. Le Guin in the past, but I really enjoyed that one. And now I'm watching Warm Bodies on my computer, which is like an hour-and-a-half long movie, a little over an hour-and-a-half, and then I'm going to try to find something else to read for my 7th book that's going to be short enough that I can finish it, because the one I have picked out, The Deep Sea Diver Syndrome, I highly doubt I'd be able to finish in time, so I'm going to try to find something, and then hopefully complete all the challenges. So there's my update for now.
Sometimes I look at the others and try to imagine what they were. Ready for it.
So I just finished watching Warm Bodies. Caligula watched it with me. And I actually kind of liked it. I know Megan didn't like the movie at all, but I thought it was kind of cute. I mean, it was super cheesy, like more so than the book probably, but for some reason cheese in movies doesn't bother me as much as it does in books, so I was kind of into it. But I think I decided that it's 10:30 right now. So I've got an hour and a half to read another book to complete 7 books. And I think I decided that I'm going to read The Little Prince. by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I have read this before, but I was probably around like 13 when I read it, so I've been wanting to reread it anyways, and it's like 80 some pages long, I think, like 80 or 90, but there's illustrations, so I think I can read it in an hour and a half pretty easily, so wish me luck. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it, but the Lathe of Heaven was to fulfill my Beautiful Spine challenge, and then this one is just to read 7 books, so I'm gonna do that and hopefully finish by midnight. I should be able to. Look at the time, it's before midnight and I just finished my 7th book. So I did it! I actually completed Booktubeathon. I finished The Little Prince and it was really good. I loved it. It's really cute and just a nice, unique little story. But, yeah, I did it. I think me and Megan both accomplished all 7 Booktubeathon challenges, which we've never done before. I think this is the first time that we've ever completed a readathon, any readathon. So, yay! That's it. That's the end of Booktubeathon for me. And I had 10 minutes to spare.